Hello, my name is Richard Class. I'm your moderator today for the Strategic Planning Learning Session, SWOT Analysis 1.0. The purpose of this session is to introduce you to SWOT Analysis, which is one of the most widely used tools for strategic and business planning. It is also often deployed as a situational assessment for documenting an organization's operating environment. Many times over my years of working with clients and consultants, I discovered SWOT analyses were not deployed correctly. And even if deployed correctly, SWOT inputs could have been stated more succinctly. I hope even those with past experience using SWOT analyses will view this lesson. It will serve as a foundation for more complex discussions in future lessons. The following topical material encompasses three key learning objectives. 1. How to use the SWOT analysis correctly. 2. How to identify mistakes in SWOT statement development. And 3. How to best articulate SWOT statements so they make sense. The acronym for SWOT is, of course, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But therein lies the problem. Many people use the acronym verbatim as the guide for their environmental assessment and developing their strategic initiatives. They do not recognize SWOT analysis uses the parameters of internal strengths, internal weaknesses, external opportunities, and external threats. In a future lesson, you will come to understand strategy development is predominantly based on an organization's external environment. So it is absolutely critical to get this portion of the analysis spot on. Now let's dive into the definition of internal. For purposes of SWOT analysis, internal means issues, attributes, conditions, and positions that are controllable by an entity. Keeping this definition in mind, the subject matter of internal strengths and weaknesses includes such areas as the management team, customer service delivery, and condition of plant and equipment. There are, of course, many other examples of internal strengths and weaknesses. In the area of finance, cash flow, the balance sheet, cash on hand, and control of various assets is germane. Employee competence, company reputation, and company brand images are other examples typically found as part of an organization's internal environmental assessment. The definition of external when conducting a SWOT analysis is action by other parties, situations, or natural events that are not controllable by an entity. External environmental factors fall into three categories. The first category is the macro environment. The macro environment consists of situations in the economy as a whole. The conditions may be worldwide or entire country specific. The macro environment includes such factors as trends in gross domestic product, employment, household spending, inflation, and monetary and fiscal policy of central banks. Conversely, the microenvironment category encompasses nearby factors that impact an organization's ability to serve its constituencies. This may include such elements as traffic patterns, public transportation availability, and supplier and distributor efficacy. The last category is competition. Competition includes products and services that are comparable to an organization's offering, or replacement or substitute options that customers will accept under various circumstances. So in view of the three different external environmental categories, additional examples of external SWOT analysis discussion items encompass competitive product launches, government regulations, price of raw materials, and emerging technologies. Given the definitions and examples just discussed, you should be able to easily spot mistakes in SWOT analysis statements. Just look to make sure the verbiage under strengths and weaknesses are internal to the organization and controllable by the management team. On the other hand, opportunities and threats should be in the external environment and consist of factors that are not controllable by organization executives. You will note in this graphic, the SWOT segments are displayed as a quadrant map. The format is a typical presentation style since readers can see all inputs on one page. Let's take a look at a few examples and rewrite the SWOT statement so they are appropriate for the analysis. Let's assume you found the following statement in the opportunity quadrant of a SWOT analysis. Human resources can offer a competitive compensation plan to attract top management talent. The focus of the statement is clearly on the potential action of the Human Resources Department, which relates to an internal strength or weakness, not to an external opportunity. The real intention of the statement drafters was to document the situation that competitors are outcompeting the organization for top talent based on compensation and benefits. The statement drafters should have categorized the statement as an internal weakness and rephrased to non-competitive salaries and benefits prohibit attracting top management talent. Let's now take a look at a second example. Consider a transportation company that records inability to control the soaring cost of oil as a weakness. Obviously, company executives have no control over expenditures for this commodity. Therefore, the statement is incorrectly placed in the SWOT quadrant under weaknesses. The concern should be concisely stated as soaring cost of oil within the SWOT quadrant threats. You've now completed Strategic Planning Learning Session SWOT Analysis 1.0. I hope this lesson augmented your knowledge of SWOT analysis. In following presentations, you will learn how to reduce the number of SWOT inputs to only those that are most important to your planning efforts. You will also have the opportunity to study how SWOT is used in strategy development. Strategic Planning in the Real World is a book that augments a series of audiovisual presentations like the one you just reviewed. The text is a step-by-step guide to the strategic planning process. It blends consultant and thought leader best practices with theory. It also uses the input from over 300 top executives to give you winning insights. Uniquely, the book provides plug-and-play data collection techniques, presentation formats, and work plans to achieve optimal process results. Most importantly, Strategic Planning in the Real World quickly and concisely answers the questions strategists and key stakeholders must know. You can acquire Strategic Planning in the Real World from Amazon.com for a retail price of $49. However, as a special offer for viewers of this audiovisual presentation, you can go to richardclass.com, enter the promotion code of ClassBook25 to receive a 50% discount. Thank you for your time and attention. Please now go on to Lesson 1.1 to understand how to screen in and out statements from your SWOT analysis.